MegaPodTastic.
Good morning, MegaPodlings. It's Krazy Joe. This is Firebirds. And Christine and I just had dinner there. We had our Valentine's Day dinner a week early. Why? Because that's when we had the babysitter. But we just had dinner there, and now we're going there. Yes. Dinner and a movie. It's the old AMC, and we're about to see Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn, a movie that is getting really good reviews, and I'm anxious to see this. So let's go check this out. Over here, we've got the poster. There it is. That is one long title for a film. Sometimes I wonder why they didn't just call it Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. Would have been an easier title. When the sign says wet floor, they're not requesting that you wet the floor. Don't do that. Over here at the bar, there's Birds of Prey themed drinks. The Slapstick and the What the Flock. They look pretty good.
That's what I would do.
The monitors are still broken. Thank you. Let's talk about Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn. It is no secret, I've said it many, many times on this channel, when I walked out of Bumblebee last December, this movie immediately shot way up on my list of must-see movies because it was written by the same screenwriter, Christina Hodson. I had never seen a film written by Christina Hodson prior to Bumblebee, but Bumblebee was basically the film that saved the Transformer franchise in my mind. I had not liked any of the Transformer movies until Bumblebee, and it was a movie that just had so much heart, and it was very Transformers. And it just was, heart's the only word for it. It was just full of heart. It was a perfect movie, really, for that type of movie. For that type of movie, for a action-adventure franchise based on a toy line and a cartoon series. I mean, it was everything you could have wanted and more. Bumblebee was perfect for what it was. It was one of the biggest surprises of that year, and it was the first movie that actually made me anxious to see the next Transformers movie. I'm really hoping Paramount takes the Transformers franchise in the right direction after Bumblebee, because they're on the right track. They just got to follow through. But anyway, Christina Hodson, I knew immediately this is a name to watch. Now, the question was, I didn't know Cathy Yan. I wasn't familiar with Cathy Yan, the director. The only question was Cathy Yan gonna, in some way drop the ball? But I knew the script would be strong because Christina Hodson did such a great job on Bumblebee. And I was not wrong. Birds of Prey is great. It is great. Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn. One of the most fun movies I've seen in a long time. You just walk out with an ear-to-ear grin. The script is funny, it's clever, it takes liberties with some of the characters, like Cassandra Cain, who bears no resemblance to her comic alter ego, but, Black Canary's great in it, Huntress is great in it. There's not enough Huntress in it. They needed more Huntress, quite frankly. And Margot Robbie, man, she's a huge star, and there's no question why. She owns this role of Harley. Do I have some nitpicks? Yeah, I got some nitpicks. Number one is the movie shouldn't have been rated R. It really shouldn't have. Harley Quinn, who is definitely the main character in this movie, Harley Quinn was created for an afternoon, after-school animated series that aired on Fox, Batman the Animated Series. It was Batman the Animated Series is where this character, that's the source material for this character. She was later adapted into the comics, but her origin was on the animated series, which aired every afternoon around 3 o'clock when kids were getting out of school. This is not a character that needed to be rated R. There's certain characters that do. If you're doing The Watchmen, it's got to be rated R. If you're doing John Constantine, it probably should be rated R. If you're doing Preacher, yeah, it's got to be rated R. So there's a lot of DC characters that definitely would lean into an R rating. Harley Quinn is not one of them. So the question is, why is this rated R? It feels like it was rated R pretty much just because that's kind of what Warner Brothers is doing now to differentiate themselves from the Marvel properties, or at least that's how it seems. We got the Titans on TV, another property that really shouldn't be R-rated. Titans was the Teen Sidekicks. That's supposed to be the show I should be able to watch with my kids, really, because those characters, the Teen Titans, were the characters that were supposed to... They were the teen sidekicks. That was supposed to be the more teen-oriented book. And I can't watch Titans on DC All Access or DC Universe with my kids because it's very, very mature audiences. And here we are again with Harley Quinn. I think that was a mistake. The film would not have suffered if they had trimmed out some of the F-bombs and brought it down to a PG-13. It would have been just fine. And... that's really my only complaint about the film. That's it. Otherwise, the movie is, to quote the title, it's fantabulous. You'll walk in and you'll walk out with a huge grin on your face. It is so much fun. It's funny, and it introduces new characters into the DC cinematic universe that I want to see more of. For example, when we finally do get Justice League 2, I hope Junie Smollett-Bell's Black Canary is part of the Justice League. She should be. She's really good in the part. And Helena Bertinelli, the Huntress, again, not enough of her in the movie. But Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who we all know she's a terrific actress. She's terrific in everything she's in. She's great in the part. She just needs to be there a little more. So the question I have is, where do you go from here with the Birds of Prey? For example, if you want to make a sequel to this movie, Harley's kind of got to be there, right? But Harley's not really a member of the Birds of Prey. I don't know. It's a little weird. They kind of backed themselves into a strange corner where it's like almost like if this film's a hit, people are going to go to a sequel expecting to see Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn's not really a member of the Birds of Prey. So that kind of puts them in a weird position. I mean, we're next going to see Harley in Suicide Squad 2. Which brings up another thing. I've seen people claiming that DC is doing standalone films now. People are like, oh, there's no DC universe anymore. It's all standalone. Standalone bunk, nonsense, craziness. Forget that. If people are trying to sell you that, don't listen to it. I know they were having a conversation about that on the John Campea show the other day. It's wrong. It is wrong. The DC universe, the DC extended universe, whatever you want to call it, DC cinematic universe, it totally exists. Here we have Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. It's a spin-off of Suicide Squad. And we're next going to see this character in Suicide Squad 2 by James Gunn. So right there's your crossover. In 2021, December of 2021, we're getting the Black Adam movie starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And it's a spin-off of Shazam. And then we're going to get Shazam 2 a few months later. And I don't know that Dwayne The Rock Johnson's going to be in Shazam 2. I think they're saying that in Shazam 3, they're going to bring Shazam and Black Adam together. But there's another crossover. The only difference, there's really no difference with what DC's doing and what Marvel's doing. Because all the Marvel movies, with a few exceptions, are all standalone films. Winter Soldier is a standalone film. Spider-Man Homecoming is a standalone film. Guardians of the Galaxy is a standalone film. It's only when they do something like Civil War or Avengers, where the things start coming together, that it starts crossing over. So the method is not different. I don't know why people think that it is, because they're telling standalone stories right now set in a shared universe, and when the time comes, like with a Suicide Squad where they're going to bring Harley back in, or Birds of Prey, or teaming up Black Adam and Shazam, when the time comes, they'll team those characters up. That's it. And it's working beautifully. I think it's terrific. And go see this movie if you've been on the fence. I've heard people say, well, I didn't want to see it because I didn't like Suicide Squad. Like I say all the time, I said this with The Last Jedi, and the people who said I don't want to see Solo because I didn't like The Last Jedi. Nonsense. Ridiculous. Stupid. Different film by different filmmakers. Yes, it's set in the same shared universe. Yes, it has some of the same characters in it. But a different set of filmmakers made Suicide Squad than what made Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey. So I didn't like this, so I'm not going to see that. Doesn't really work. You're not seeing another film from the same filmmakers. It's a different film, different filmmakers, and a different tone. This Birds of Prey is more comparable, I'd say, to Deadpool than to Suicide Squad. It's got more of that kind of an attitude to it. A little bit of breaking the fourth wall, a little bit more comedic. It's a really fun movie, and you should check it out. Especially, there's really no reason not to check it out. There's not much out right now. There's not a whole lot out right now, so it's not like there's a lot competing for your dollars at this time of the year. So that's it. This is a terrific movie, a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see the DC. I keep saying it, DC Cinematic Universe is on a roll. They're on fire. They just keep putting out one great movie after another. After a very, very, very rough start with Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, anyone who tells you that they're not doing so hot or their movies aren't that good, those people are living in the past. Those people are living in like 2016, because that hasn't been true for years. We've had Wonder Woman, we've had Aquaman, we've had Shazam, we had the Joker, which isn't in the shared universe, but still. DC, Warner Brothers, the days of the Zack Snyder films that were very, very, very divisive, those days are done. They are on a roll when it comes to quality. Just look at the Rotten Tomatoes score on Birds of Prey. It was at 92% opening day. I think it's currently at like 88%. It fell a little bit, but critics love this movie. It's getting great word of mouth from fans. It opened a little low, but again, I think that has to do with the R rating. Families can't go see this. You open an Avengers film or something, the families are going to go see that together. This one, you can't do that because it's an R rating. I think the R rating hurt the box office on this, which is another reason it probably should have been PG-13. But check it out. It is a lot of fun. Huge high five to Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn. This film is a winner, and it's a big winner. Can't wait to see the next film. Christina Hodson writes. I think she's a Hollywood superstar on the rise, and she's writing the Flash movie now. So I'm very excited for the Flash movie. All right, guys, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander adamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. I know we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.